welcome back to my channel. Today we will be trading some of my pets for hopefully some overpays. Before we get into it, make sure you guys like and subscribe for more videos just like this. Anyways, let's get started with the trades. So the first trade I got was one of my looking fors actually. It was this no-pot chocolate Dutch guinea pig. I traded them myself because I wanted to offer since it is my looking for. And I did ask if they wanted to pick a random from my inventory, but they said they don't pick. So I said I'll cook up an offer, and if they didn't like anything, I could swap. So then I went ahead and looked up in my inventory some ultra rares. So I decided to add a starfish because it's a ultra rare random, so I just added it. And then they did ask me if I could swap it, so I did. And I did swap it to another ultra rare, which was the Onza. I added it into the trade, and then I just waited a little bit. But they did eventually decline. I don't know why. They didn't say nothing. They just declined. And then I just started looking through some people's profiles. And I was also trying to look for pets I could offer for. So, yeah. And then I got a trade from Elphick. And they wanted to offer for my Mega Fluoride hair. So they did suggest it. And then, obviously, I added it to the trade. I did suggest to look in their inventory because maybe they wanted me to pick. But then, I don't know, they just started adding stuff for, to offer, obviously. So they added 2 neon ride hares, a ride cabbit, and a no potion neon pufferfish. This offer was okay, I guess. I did check values and they were quite under. I'll pop it up on the screen right here. As you can see, they were under by quite a bit. So I did say please wait, I'm thinking about it, because I was thinking about it because I didn't want to take an underpay, but I wanted them to add something. So I think I was just double checking the value, and then I did say to add more. So then I was just waiting for them to add something else. And I did take a little sneak peek into their inventory, but then they did decline. But yeah. To be fair, I wouldn't have done it anyway, even if they added summer, so I don't really mind that they declined. And then now I'm just looking at people's profiles again, and I saw this person had a Fly Ride Giant Panda, and I wanted to offer, but they were in a trade at the minute. So I was just waiting until they ended the trade or whatever. And then I did want to offer, I came back to this person because I wanted to offer for their Neon Goose, but then they were in a trade, so just I kind of just left. I saw, I looked at a couple more profiles, and then I saw a No Potion Goose. So I decided to try and offer for it, but I sent a trade request, and I was just kind of stood there waiting until they accept the trade request or maybe even decline. But I think they were AFK, so they just weren't really doing that. So I was just, yeah. So then I started looking at more people's profiles, and then I saw this person with a Fly Ride hedgehog. So I was thinking to offer, but then I didn't think I could have anything to offer really. So again, I just was looking at people's profiles. I kept coming back to this one person to see if they'd finally finished with that trade, but they never did. And then this person, I saw they had a goose, but it was not for trade, sadly, so yeah. Here I'm just pretty much looking at people's profiles because I didn't really know what to do, to be fair, so yeah. I wasn't getting any trade requests, so I was kind of a bit bored. So I do eventually server hop. I don't think I just server hop yet. And then I saw someone with a neon ride goose, so I decided to offer, and they accepted the trade pretty quickly. So I said hi, I greeted them, and then before I did add all my pets, I did check values really quickly. I always do that, so if you're ever in a trade with me and I take super long to add a pet, it's because I'm checking values first. But I did start adding, and I added my No Potion Hot Dogger, my Fly Ride Siamese cat, and then I went into my pet wear and added the pink cat earphones, and then the birthday cake pet wear. And then I did wait a lot in this trade, so I decided to like ask if I could take a sneak peek in the inventory, and it just like denied it right away, so I was like, oh. But yeah, so I just decided to look in their profile, and they didn't have much in their profile, and then they did decline the trade, sadly. So yeah, and I did try and look for that person with the giant panda to the trade, but I did think they left, so I found a person with a Fly Ride Goose, and I tried to offer, but it's like ages for them to actually I think see my trade request, because they weren't like accepting or like declining it, so I was just stuck there. I had to go on my profile and add a goose to my looking for, because I forgot to add it to my looking for I think when I was making a profile. And then I saw this person with the neon red goose, but then I realised it was the same person I traded already, and they did decline my offer. And then I saw someone with a neon red chocolate Dutch guinea pig, which I'm trying to make a mega, so I did try and offer. So here I'm just waiting for them to accept the trade. And so obviously I greeted them because I feel like that just like a kind of way. And then I didn't check values because I didn't think I had to. So I just added a neon red cupcake, and then I also added a Onza, because I thought it would be like a fair trade. But they started like typing, and then they put that they're like really over. So I was a little bit confused because obviously I didn't check values. And then so they did decline because obviously they were over, but I didn't know how like the guinea pig is quite high in value in my opinion, like for the pet. And then I eventually did check values, and then I was so under. Oh my gosh, I'll pop it on the screen here. Honestly, I thought this was a fair trade, and oh my gosh, I was really under, because I didn't feel like it was like I had to like check values, because it's basically randoms. But yeah, they were like really over. So they did decline, but it's totally fine because I was really under. But they could have told me to add it. And then I found a person with a Ride Goose, and then they said they're for a very big OP, and I didn't have a very big OP. So here I think I was checking values to see like what I could add. And then I didn't try and offer because obviously it says for very big OP, and I didn't have a very big OP, so I just left it. And then again, I started looking at some people's profiles, and there were a couple of high tiers in my server, and then I started backtracking, like, oh my gosh. And yeah, and this person also had the really rare black scooter, and I was like, oh my gosh. I can't remember if it was the fake one or the real one, but yeah. So this server, again, it didn't have much interesting stuff, so I did decide to server hop. Okay, so now I'm in a new trading server, and this trading server had a lot of mid-tiers that I saw. There was like one high tier, which was the giraffe, and then I saw someone with a Dior Fly Red Pepper Penguin. And like I really wanted one, but like I didn't think like I had a good offer, so I just left them, to be fair. And then again, I just started looking through people's profiles, seeing if they had anything good. And I did find someone with a balloon unicorn, but they did leave as soon as I went on their profiles, so yeah. I was kind of like hoping to get some trades soon, but like I wasn't getting any trades, so like yeah. I was just looking through people's profiles for ages. I had to cut like a big chunk of this video, and then this person I'm not looking for a chocolate big guinea pig, so and then I actually pressed please add more, which was like kind of embarrassing for me because like it was just really awkward. And then when everything loaded, I said like let's trade like the high, and then I added the Onza, and then I also added the starfish because I wanted them to accept, but they did decline sadly. Like I swear, each trade in this video, it's getting a decline because I keep like trying to offer, or they keep trying to offer, and they keep declining. And then I had this person's biggest looking for a Mega Jiggly Jaboa, but they were in a trade, and then when I did like try and trade them for the Mega Jiggly Jaboa, they did just decline, which was a little bit like weird because I was a bit confused, but I just left it. But yeah, then I tried looking at more inventories, not inventories, more profiles. Guys, when I tell you I've been looking through so many profiles, it's like unreal. I swear, from this video, I looked at like at least 50 profiles, which is loads, and barely any people even traded me, which is really sad. But yeah, here I finally, no I didn't. Yeah, I finally got a trade request. I had to think about that because this is his voiceover, so yeah. And then someone had another my looking for, and it was mine because again I'm trying to make a mega. So I wanted to see if they wanted to like pick, but I don't think they really liked anything in my inventory because it did take them a really long time to pick, and they were a little bit confusing me because they were like, "You give I think," so I was like, "What do they mean?" Because I was like really confused and I didn't know what they meant. So and then eventually they like put something like I can't remember, it was like you pick or something like that. So I just looked through my own inventory seeing to add something, and then I tried adding like a rare since it was uncommon and I didn't really have many uncommons. So I just added this rabbit. And then I was just looking through my inventory to see anything else I could add, like if they didn't like it. And then they say your offer, and then saying not understanding what they meant, but then they didn't want the rabbit. So I added a cherub chipmunk, and then they didn't want the cherub chipmunk. So I was like, okay, this is getting a bit annoying. So I added this bunny, and I hit accept because I think they were like thinking about it for quite a bit. But yeah, I was just like waiting for them to like. And then they were looking like through my profile, and then yeah, I was just sat in this trade for like absolute ages. Like when I mean I was sat in this trade for ages, like ages. So I did eventually just hit accept to see what they'd do, because like I was in this trade for at least 2 minutes. Like 2 minutes isn't long, but like in a trade in Adopt Me, it's like pretty long. I'm not gonna lie. So then I just did hit accept. No, they wanted me to add a Neon Samoyed. I was like, I'm not adding that. I'm really sorry, but I'm not adding that. Like, I'd be so over. Like, what the heck? So then I did eventually just like hit accept because I didn't know what else to do. And then they did decline. So yeah. And then I did server hop because the server was a bit empty. So I server hopped into this like kind of like rich server. And this person, I did offer for this person's Neon Samoyed because obviously it's my looking for. So then I did add a Neon No Potion Angus cow. And they were like thinking about it. And then they did just decline, which is pretty sad, but yeah. Then this person traded me with a Neon No Potion Starfish, and it is my looking for because I am trying to make a mega. So then I can't remember what I offered. I think I was just like looking through my inventory and stuff. So then I did eventually decide to offer, I think it was a neon Angus scarf. Oh no, it was a neon white choco bunny. Because like, I didn't really have many neon ultra rares that were for trade. But yeah, they were, I think they were thinking about it. So I was sat in the trade for quite a while now. But they did decline, which is pretty sad. But yeah. This is the last and final trade of the video, and it's kind of a big trade. So I did try and offer for this Fly Ride Crow, and I think I was a little bit over on Adopt Me Values. I'll put it on the screen up here. So yeah, so we were like in the trade for quite a while. I think they were like thinking about it, because obviously it's a high tier, like, so they were probably checking values and like thinking about it, because it's probably kind of like a big pet of theirs. And then when I did check values, I was a little bit over, so I decided to swap the birthday cake thing to a pancake stack and a tiara, hoping maybe they'd accept that. But again, we were sat in the trade for quite a while, and they did decline, so I was like really sad. But anyway, those are all the trade for today's video. Make sure if you guys want a part 2, comment it down below. But yeah, that's it for today, my little hearts. Bye bye.